You might be surprised how fast kidney damage sneaks in and how quietly it stays. Do you know that nearly 37 million Americans are living with chronic kidney disease, and most of them don't even realize it until it's way too late? The scariest part is that kidney damage is usually irreversible. Once it starts happening, then it's too hard to handle the situation. You could even lose your kidney. Some of the foods you eat without thinking, even though they are healthy, might be quietly damaging your kidneys day by day. That's why we made this video to show you 6 common foods that might be hurting your kidneys without you even knowing. Let's get into it with number 6, potatoes. Potatoes are delicious and used everywhere from family dinners to late-night snacks, and they're often seen as a harmless staple. While they're rich in vitamin C and fiber, they also carry a high potassium load, which is where the trouble starts. A single medium-baked potato can pack over 600 milligrams of potassium. For most people, that might not be a deal breaker. But for those with compromised kidneys or even slightly reduced function, excess potassium can quietly build up in the blood. That buildup messes with heart rhythm, muscle function, and puts serious strain on the kidneys. What most people don't realize is that your kidneys are responsible for keeping potassium in check, and when they're overworked or damaged, potassium doesn't leave the body as it should. Now, some suggest soaking potatoes before cooking to lower potassium levels. While that helps a little, it's not a perfect solution, especially when we're talking about fries, chips, or other processed potato snacks that skip this step entirely. Speaking of snacks, most potato-based treats are drenched in salt and artificial additives. That combo hits your kidneys like a double punch. Sodium increases fluid retention and blood pressure, while additives make it harder for your kidneys to filter waste effectively. Sweet potatoes, often pushed as the healthier option, also carry a heavy potassium load even if they're richer in antioxidants. Eating them in big portions regularly, without prepping them properly, still puts you at risk over time. The real issue is how often potatoes are eaten without a second thought. They show up in every meal, mashed, fried, roasted, or as chips, and that repeated exposure adds up. It's not about quitting potatoes forever. It's about being smarter. If they're a daily habit, especially in processed forms, it might be time to rethink your plate. Try mixing in lower potassium alternatives like cauliflower, rice, or roasted carrots a few times a week. You'll still get the comfort without overloading your kidneys. Small swaps now can mean fewer health problems later, and your kidneys will definitely feel the difference. Number 5, butter. Butter has the ability to bring flavor and richness to the table, but behind that creamy texture lies a quiet threat that your body doesn't always scream about. It's built from the core fat of milk or cream, specifically saturated fat, and this type of fat doesn't just hang around harmlessly. It sticks, it builds, and over time, it raises cholesterol levels in ways that put extra pressure on the body's entire circulation system. And when your blood vessels start getting stiff or narrow from that buildup, the kidneys, which rely on clean, high-volume blood flow to filter toxins, are left struggling to do their job properly. Every little chunk of butter added to toast, melted into sauces, or hidden in baked goods adds to the silent load. And here's where it gets even sneakier. Salted butter. That's butter's bolder cousin, and it's stacked with sodium. Just 100 grams of salted butter can have over 600 milligrams of sodium, and when you add that to everything else you're eating in a day, the total shoots up fast. Sodium, unlike natural sugars or fats, doesn't just pass through. It changes how your body balances fluids and pressure. It holds onto water, causes swelling, and eventually wears down the filtering units in your kidneys. Over time, this means your blood pressure stays high, and your kidneys have to work harder to manage the mess. Most store-bought butter isn't simple anymore. It's processed, flavored, dyed, and preserved to sit on shelves longer and taste more addictive. That processing strips away any potential benefits it might have had, like trace minerals or fat-soluble vitamins. So not only are you adding strain to your body, but you're also not gaining anything worthwhile in return. While some brands might push organic or grass-fed labels, even those versions, if loaded with salt or used excessively, aren't free passes. The trick isn't panic or complete avoidance, but knowing when you're crossing into overuse. Butter shouldn't be the go-to fat for everything. There are lighter, heart-friendly alternatives like olive oil or avocado-based spreads that don't come with the same risks, especially for people trying to keep their kidney function strong and steady. And the truth is, taste doesn't always have to come at the cost of long-term health. With so many flavor-packed substitutes out there now, the days of butter being a kitchen essential are fading fast. Keeping it in check, using it as a treat, not on a daily basis, could be the shift your body gives you for years down the line. And now it's time for number veer, spinach. Think spinach is the golden child of leafy greens, and you need to take a closer look. While it's often sold as a must-have superfood, spinach has a darker side most people never hear about: oxalates. These naturally occurring compounds are found in many plants, but spinach ranks among the highest. Just 100 grams of raw spinach can hold more than 1,200 milligrams of oxalate. That's a serious load. Oxalates can bind with calcium in your body and form sharp, needle-like crystals. Over time, they can collect in your kidneys, joints, and bladder, leading to painful stones, inflammation, or worse, organ complications that don't reverse easily. There's even a real case where someone consumed an oxalate-heavy soup and suffered acute kidney failure within hours. That's not hype, it's hard reality. And if that wasn't enough, spinach also comes with a high potassium content. For most people, potassium helps balance fluids and support nerve signals. But if your kidneys aren't in top form, too much potassium can cause real problems: heart rhythm issues, muscle weakness, and serious blood pressure spikes. A single serving of spinach packs over 550 milligrams of potassium. Cooking it doesn't change that much, either. Oxalates and potassium both stay relatively stable even when you boil or sauté it, so don't count on heat to solve the issue. What really catches people off guard is how quickly these compounds add up when you eat spinach daily: smoothies, salads, cooked dishes, you name it. Unlike salt or sugar, oxalates don't have a flavor that tips you off when it's too much. They're quiet, persistent, and your body doesn't always clear them out fast enough. That leads to long-term buildup, not just in your kidneys but in other tissues too, causing issues most people won't connect to their greens. If you're reaching for spinach every day, it might be time to rotate your veggies. Options like carrots, zucchini, cauliflower, or cabbage deliver nutrients without overwhelming your system. Even kale and romaine offer variety with less baggage. In short, spinach isn't evil, but it's not harmless either. Respect the power it carries, and your body will thank you. Number 3. Dried fruits. Looks can be deceiving, especially when it comes to dried fruits. What seems like a clean, nutrient-packed snack is often a sugar-loaded trap hiding behind its natural label. The drying process shrinks down fruit, but it doesn't shrink its sugar, calorie, or potassium content. In fact, it concentrates them. A single cup of prunes can push past 1,200 milligrams of potassium, half of what many adults should consume in a day. And that's before you count all the extras. Store-bought versions are frequently loaded with preservatives, added sugars, and even sodium, turning a once healthy snack into a burden your body now has to process. With the water stripped away, dried fruits become dangerously easy to overeat. You feel like you're eating less, but you're consuming far more sugar and potassium than intended, and your kidneys have to work overtime to keep up. This sneaky overload doesn't just hit your kidneys. It impacts blood sugar, digestion, and fluid balance all at once. Worse still, many brands coat their products in syrups or add sulfur dioxide to preserve color and texture, which can mess with how your body processes the fruit over time. When the fiber becomes less effective and the sweetness hits faster, what you're left with is a snack that mimics candy more than it mimics fruit. Raisins, dried apricots, figs, and mango slices, they all carry that same risk when eaten in bulk. Even a small bag can send your sugar and potassium levels skyrocketing, all without making you feel full or satisfied. The danger lies in the convenience. Dried fruits are marketed as clean and wholesome, but lack the water and volume that tells your brain you've had enough. Instead, you end up with a sugary spike and a slow internal grind. Fresh fruits like pears, blueberries, watermelon, and apples not only hydrate you, but also deliver nutrients in a balanced, manageable way your body actually appreciates. Dried fruit isn't the villain. It's just a concentrated form of something that needs portion control and mindfulness. Eat it occasionally, not mindlessly, and you avoid turning a snack into a silent stressor your body didn't ask for. Number 2. Rice. Rice has long worn the crown of comfort food, served beside curries, stirred into soups, and stacked into sushi rolls. It's cheap, filling, and seemingly harmless. Rice is a magnet for heavy metals, especially inorganic arsenic, a toxin that doesn't just pass through your system, it sticks around and causes damage over time. This isn't a random risk. Rice naturally absorbs more arsenic from soil and water than almost any other grain. Even the healthiest sounding versions, like brown rice, aren't immune. In fact, brown rice often carries more arsenic than white rice because it retains the outer layers where toxins collect. The stats don't lie. Uncooked rice can contain anywhere between 0.1 to 0.4 milligrams per kilogram of inorganic arsenic, while other grains like barley, wheat, and oats often show almost none. That's a big gap for something eaten so casually in so many homes around the world. Long-term exposure to arsenic doesn't just raise red flags, it slowly chips away at your health. It's been linked to kidney cell damage, oxidative stress, and chronic organ strain. And it's not just arsenic. Rice also absorbs cadmium, another heavy metal that locks into kidney tissue and accumulates over time. Cadmium exposure has been associated with decreased kidney filtration rates and early-onset kidney problems, especially in people who already deal with high blood pressure or diabetes. The concern multiplies when rice is served daily, especially in households where it's the primary grain, and when children eat it regularly, the damage can be even more serious. Their smaller bodies absorb more per bite, and their developing systems are more vulnerable to toxins. Studies have linked childhood exposure to arsenic in rice to delays in brain development, lower test scores, and memory issues that can stretch into later life. But there's a way out, and it starts with awareness, not fear. You don't have to swear off rice forever. Just stop treating it like the default. Cut back the frequency. Rotate it with cleaner grains like quinoa, millet, sorghum, farro, or buckwheat, all of which bring flavor, nutrients, and peace of mind. And if you do stick with rice, opt for types that consistently test lower in arsenic, like white basmati from California, and prepare it properly. Rinsing thoroughly and cooking it in excess water, then draining it can reduce some of the arsenic levels. It's a small effort with a big payoff. Because when you make rice an occasional choice, not a daily crutch, you protect your body from slow, silent harm. Don't let your favorite side dish become your health's blind spot. Read between the grains and make your plate work for you, not against you. Let's move to number 1. Soda. Here's a fizzy fact about how a cold can of soda might taste like a treat, but inside your body it does the worst of destroying your kidneys. Sugar in liquid form hits your system faster and harder than it does in solid foods, and soda delivers a direct hit. One serving can contain up to 40 grams of sugar, flooding your bloodstream in minutes. That spike doesn't just mess with your energy levels, it forces your kidneys to work double time trying to filter the excess out. And the more often you drink it, the more pressure you're piling onto those vital filters. People often think switching to diet soda is the healthier option, but the trade-off isn't any better. Studies have shown that daily diet soda drinkers face a 67% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes, a condition that silently breaks down your body's ability to manage sugar, eventually overloading and damaging the filtration units inside your kidneys. Even without sugar, these drinks are packed with artificial sweeteners and chemical additives, which your body doesn't metabolize well. Over time, these compounds can irritate and inflame internal systems, disrupting the delicate balance your kidneys need to function properly. But it doesn't stop there. Most sodas, especially colas, contain phosphorus additives, used to boost flavor and extend shelf life. These aren't like the phosphorus found naturally in foods like eggs or nuts. The phosphorus in soda is synthetic and absorbed more rapidly by the body, leading to an excess that your kidneys now have to eliminate. Too much phosphorus, especially the kind found in soft drinks, can contribute to calcification in blood vessels and put long-term strain on kidney function. The National Kidney Foundation recommends a cap of 700 milligrams of phosphorus per day, and regular soda consumption can push you over that mark before you even touch real food. That's how something so small can snowball into a major health problem. It's not just about calories or sweeteners, it's about the constant chemical impact on your body's internal filters. Cutting down, or cutting it out altogether, isn't some extreme diet move. It's a reset. Swap soda for water, herbal tea, or naturally flavored drinks, and you'll be giving your kidneys the break they've been waiting for. We truly appreciate everyone who's joined us on this journey towards smarter, healthier living. Your support fuels everything we create and pushes us to keep bringing you reliable, easy-to-understand health content that actually makes a difference. If you've been enjoying these deep dives into the foods and habits that affect your well-being, there's plenty more waiting for you. Our channel is packed with eye-opening videos on nutrition, daily habits, and how simple choices can shape the way your body performs, heals, and ages. Whether you're curious about what helps your brain stay sharp, what supports your heart, or how to eat in a way that keeps your energy high and your body in balance, we've got something for you. Go ahead and explore our playlists. You'll find helpful food lists, smart swaps, and tips to get the most out of what you eat without falling into trendy or risky traps. Your body deserves honest answers, not hype, and we're here to bring those answers straight to your screen. One last thing, everyone's health journey is different. What works for one person might not work for another, and that's okay. If anything in this video feels relevant to your health or diet, make sure to check in with a qualified healthcare provider before making changes. This video was created for general informational purposes and is based on insights gathered from multiple trusted health sources. If this video helped you learn something new, drop a like, share it with someone who needs it, and hit that subscribe button for more. Stay mindful, stay curious, and most of all, stay well. We'll see you in the next one.